Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zang here, and today I have another VGC 14 battle for you all. Since you guys hit 500 likes on the last battle video, so let's aim for another 500 on this one to support daily uploads. Anyway, today's battle is against Joey, also known as pokeaimMD, a really good friend of mine. He's also an awesome YouTuber, and he has a lot of subscribers. You should definitely check out his channel in the description below. He's really good at Pokemon in general. He plays Smogon tiers, VGC, basically everything, and he's really good at it too. Anyway, we've had two best of 3 sets in the past, and he actually won both of them 2-1, so I knew I was in for a challenge in this game. My team had Salamence, Mega Lucario, Gengar, Azumarill, as you see on the screen below, alongside Amoonguss and Rotom Heat, while Joey had Tyranitar, Rotom Wash, Gardevoir, Pinsir, Gengar, and Hydreigon. So I knew Pinsir would be the real interesting Pokemon in this set. He was definitely running the Mega Evolution. Pinsir is really good, I think, has a lot of potential with its Mega Evolution because of its fast speed, its ability Aerialate, and its access to Return and Feint, both which are normal type attacks, but with the ability to turn into Stab Flying type attacks becoming super powerful. He also outspeeds Charizard and Mega Kangaskhan when Mega Evolved and can one-hit KO them directly, so I really like Mega Pinsir. I think it has a lot of potential. I used it in the past. I didn't do too well with it, but we'll see how Joey uses it in this first game as we get right into it. I also anticipated Gardevoir probably being Scarfed or Specs. Really the 3 items you see on Gardevoir are Scarf, Specs, and Citrus Berry. They all have really different uses, but when you see Gardevoir, I normally associate it with Choiced. I'm going to go with Salamence and Lucario as my lead, and he goes with Gardevoir and Pinsir. Salamance's Intimidate actually isn't going to affect Pinsir because of Hyper Cutter, so unfortunately not getting an attack drop there. He's actually going to trace my Intimidate, meaning that my Lucario's attack is going to go down, which can affect me in the long run because I do carry Close Combat and Stone Edge. Of course, I also carry Flash Cannon, so it's a mixed Lucario. Now, in the first turn, I know that I played Joey in the past, and my intuition is just telling me he's going to target Lucario, even though he probably knows my Salamance's Choice Scarf. So, I do go for the Fire Blast, because I say to myself, if he doesn't protect and I knock out his Mega Evolution right away, I'm going to have a huge advantage. If he does protect, then I'll probably lose my Salamence to a Gardevoir attack, but I'll still be able to get massive amounts of damage onto that Gardevoir. I do call this correctly as he does not protect, and I am able to target the Pinsir. I was this close to targeting the Gardevoir with the Fire Blast and Flash Cannon since I did not think Flash Cannon would be able to KO. He Psychics my Salamence, and afterwards he tells me that he was anticipating the Salamence to switch out into Amoonguss. So a good predict on his end, but fortunately enough, I was able to capitalize off that. The first turn really couldn't have played out any better as I pick out a knockout on his Mega Evolution and I do massive amounts of damage to that Gardevoir. Now here I do anticipate Gardevoir switching out because I do know he's choiced. So I know if I Fire Blast and Close Combat it, based off his team, I'll be able to do at least 50% or pick up a knockout basically onto anything. The only thing that I actually would not knock out is Gengar, so I know I'm guaranteed a free knockout this turn, and I'm really happy to see Tyranitar switch in as I do double target it with Fire Blast and Close Combat. That's going to pick up the one-hit KO right away, so in the first 2 turns I'm basically able to go up to 4-2, which is really good, especially as this Gardevoir now has really low HP. So like I said, the first 2 turns couldn't have played out any better, and that was just a safe double target that I knew I could capitalize off of. There wasn't really anything that could go wrong there since I knew the Gardevoir was choiced at that point, and as I said, I was able to really take advantage of that. So he's going to get a Hydro Pump off, and unfortunately Mega Lucario isn't very bulky, so at -1 I do feint to it, but I know now I can bring a Azumarill safely, which can just go for the Aqua Jet onto Gardevoir, which can KO it. Of course, Gardevoir is once again, like I said, choiced. He is going to trace Intimidate, interestingly enough, once again, which is going to decrease my Azumarill's attack. Not really going to matter at this point though, because it just needs to get the Aqua Jet off and I'll be perfectly fine. Here I'm going to switch out Salamence so I can get the Draco Meteor in the future as I bring in my Gengar. Gengar, of course, pretty thorough and is going to lose its Focus Sash at this point, but going up 3-1 is just such an advantageous situation that it'd be hard to really see me losing at this point. He does go for the Will-O-Wisp instead of Thunderbolt onto the Azumarill just to negate its attacks, and now Azumarill's attack is really low, but like I said, it's really hard to come back 3-1, and Rotom Wash is really not a Pokemon that can do it. It is relatively bulky with Citrus Berry, but with Sandstorm damage ticking and double targeting constantly, I really can't last too long. The Pokemon that you really expect to hang around and pull through, even if it's like a 3-on-1, or Pokemon like Ferrothorn or Mega Venusaur, really. But in this case, Rotom is going to protect to prevent any damage, but it's really only hurting Joey more than helping him because he's taking Sandstorm damage. And I know once I just get an attack off with either of my Salamence or my Azumarill, Gengar Azumarill, my Salamence can come in safely and just Draco Meteor at the end of the game. So I do have Sludge Bomb on this Gengar, which is going to do a decent amount of damage, as you'll see there, and it gets the Poison to add insult to injury. He does have the Citrus Berry, but at this point he's in range for a Sludge Bomb knockout or a Draco Meteor knockout, especially with that Poison and stand damage. He goes for the Hydro Pump here off onto Gengar. you know, just to get as much damage off as possible, but it actually does not pick up the KO. Azumarill does play rough, and at this point it's just kind of locking up the game. Like I said, the first 2 turns really couldn't have played out any better than the way they did for me, and knocking out Pinsir right from the start was really, really big for me. It could have went a lot worse if he protected with Pinsir and went for, say, the fairy type attack off onto Salamence, but that was just kind of intuition, and fortunately enough, my prediction did pay off, and, you know, probably would have been a closer battle if he did go for that play on the first turn, but, you know, no complaints. I'll definitely take how the first 2 turns went, and they really decided the course of this match. So I am able to knock out the Rotom here with another Sludge Bomb, and that's going to be pretty decisive 3-0 game 1 for me. So I do take the first game in this best of 3 set. I'll be uploading game 2 very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed that match. Like, comment, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. Check out Joey. Awesome guy, awesome YouTuber, and really good at Pokemon. That's it for today's battle, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.